Touching releases oxytocin, a powerful hormone that helps her feel more connected and trust you. And a woman must feel comfortable with your touch in order for her to sleep with you. So touching is pretty important. My name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and this is 7 ways to touch a girl to make her want you.
A master Steve has mastered the art of seduction.
Many boot camps encourage men to be assertive.
A woman wants to be turned on. We've done all the testing. We know what works. Now, before I get started, I want to mention that I created a free escalation cheat sheet that lists some of the best ways to turn a girl on. It's filled with advanced escalation techniques that will turn a friendly interaction and take things to the next level. Click the link in the description to download it. Before I get into the live demonstrations, there's 3 crucial tips that you must know. First is to touch her like a man. Most guys think that women are delicate little flowers, and so they touch them way too weak and too soft. And that can make you come off as very unmasculine. Now, there's definitely a time where you would want to use a softer, more gentle touch. For example, when you're caressing her. But for the most part, you want to use a stronger, more assertive touch so she can feel your dominance. I can just see all the YouTube comments now. So you're saying I should push her and force myself on her? No, numbnuts. What I'm saying, for example, is don't be afraid to shake her hand like a man. Women hate a limp fish. And don't be afraid to give her a bear hug instead of the lame pat on the back with your ass sticking out. And don't be afraid to move her to get her attention. Don't do this. Be powerful without overpowering her. Be dominant without being domineering. Number 2 is break that touch barrier as soon as possible. If you wait too long, that first touch can seem awkward and weird. So make sure to touch her as soon as possible, which is typically when you first meet her. During the day, usually just a handshake is appropriate. At night, maybe it's a high five. During the day, when you greet her with a big hug or a kiss on the cheek. And the final tip is don't let your touch linger, especially in the beginning. Take it away at first. Touching obviously feels good. It releases oxytocin, and us humans crave to be touched. But if you let it linger before she feels comfortable enough with you, that can turn into creepy touch. I recommend the rule 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because if you keep pushing forward and putting on the gas, she will eventually put on the brakes. For example, maybe you put your arm around her and you point at something, hey, check that out, but then you take it away. Or maybe you're kissing her and then you pull away before she does and say, no more, that's all you get. Alright, now let's get into the 7 ways to establish more touch. First is conversational touching, which is when you use hand gestures as you tell a story, and you might touch her arm, her elbow, or her hand to emphasize a point. And you won't believe what happened next. You can also touch her waist, which is a more sensual spot, as you lean in to tell her something, especially if you're in a loud environment like a club. Next is inquisitive touch. Touch her hair, her nails, or maybe something she's wearing and make a comment about it. Those are some interesting nails. I like this color. Complimenting her figure can work as well. Wow, you're so fit. Look at you. You must work out. Let me see your bicep. Make sure she has a flat stomach before you do this. Pinching her belly flap won't be such a turn on. Next is leading. When you're going from one place to the next, you can go hand in hand, you can go arm in arm, or you can put your hand on the small of her back and lead her that way. This is really important because it also shows that you're taking care of her, that you're not just letting her get lost behind you in the crowd. Another excuse to touch her would be corrective touching. Fix something about her, like her hair, her clothing, or even her posture. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, much better. There's also playful touching. If you're at a bar or a club or even on a date, you can play a fun game like thumb wrestling or slap hands. You can even reward her with your touch. If she does or says something you like, you can give her a big hug, a kiss on the cheek or a kiss on the lips, or a high five. Nice, high five. And finally, don't forget about direct touch, which is when she knows you're attracted to her and you just make your move. You can even blame her cuteness or her attractiveness as the reason you're making the move. Basically blame her for you're escalating on her, and it's really fun and flirty to do that, and women typically love it. Now this is going to happen a little bit later in the interaction because you need a higher level of compliance and attraction for it to work. Now remember, I also created a free escalation cheat sheet that shows you the best ways to turn a girl on and escalate things to the next level. The advanced de-escalation techniques in there are very useful if you're talking to a girl and it's going nowhere. Click the image in the bottom right of this video to download the escalation cheat sheet. There's also a link down in the description. Get it, man, because you'll want to keep this handy before you go out. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you want us to work with you in field, then check out our bootcamp schedule. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.